Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I did a previous video and I didn't really like it, so I'm just recording. Hopefully this is a little better. My light situation is a little better. I've gotten two lights in here now, so it's a little brighter because outside isn't really nice. So hopefully I can do this. I got a mirror behind me and we'll see how it goes. So what I do, I'm gonna do kind of like a whole makeup look today. Sorry for the messy background. Boyfriends, right? So I gotta mention my face is like cleaned and moisturized, and I started to use the serum for my acne scars, and it's kind of been helping. So I'm just gonna continue with that. So my face is already primed and stuff like that. So I usually start off with my eyebrows. I start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, but you can really pick up any kind of brow pencil. I like the ones with the spoolies on it because I start out with like combing my brows upward like this, and then so I can put you just drag a line underneath, and you just follow the shape of your brows. So we're gonna do that right now. Just follow the shape. I mean, if there's any spots you need to fill in, go ahead and fill them in. If you have some gaps in your brow or whatever, fill those puppies in. Just trace the bottom of your brow like that. So now it's traced out, I just kind of brush my eyebrow down and then do the top. So I just follow the top here, and if you have any gaps, fill them in. You can use a light hand or a heavy hand. If you want a bold brow, then you want to hold down here. Obviously, if you want a lighter brow, you would hold up here because it's not going to put so much pressure on there. So we're just going to fill in here. Fill it in a little bit. Like, my brows aren't really that sparse on this one, so I only have to fill in a little bit on here like that. And then I fill in right here because it's a bit lighter than the rest. I don't want them to look boxy, but I still don't want it to be bare on my brow right there. So then that's done, I just comb my spoolie through that again, kind of make it look more natural, but I mean, who are we kidding? And then we're gonna go on to the second brow and do the second brow. I'm gonna go do that off camera, and I'll be right back, and then we'll start with the makeup look. Okay, so I'm back. I got both my brows on. I actually cleaned them up a bit under the eyebrow with the Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline. I just take a brush like this, and I just clean them up under there. So if I messed up a bit or anything, then it's all cleaned up. And then I also take this concealer to prime my eyelids. So I just put like a spot on. If you have really like greasy eyelids, you probably want like a legit eye primer because it's gonna keep your makeup on longer. But I mean, my eyelids aren't super greasy, so I just put a concealer on and it covers any veins or blue spots or anything like that, so you can put your makeup on it. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Like a translucent powder like this. This is the RCMA translucent powder. You can find it on some websites on the internet for like 12 bucks. It's pretty cheap. And then I'm just gonna put that on. You can also take like a white eyeshadow if you want it and put that on your eye, but I'm just gonna take a translucent powder, just something to set the concealer or your primer that you're gonna use all over the eyeball, right up to the eyebrow, just to set your eye. And this will make sure that, because it's kind of hard to blend eyeshadows onto a liquid or a cream or whatever, so this is kind of setting everything so we can put our eyeshadows on top. I'm gonna move on to the eyeshadows. So I don't know if you guys are familiar or anything with the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. You can only purchase them online, and they're like $6 each. But to get them in Canada, there you got to go through duties and customs and taxes and whatever else. So they might be, you know, less expensive, but I mean, they're really good quality eyeshadows. I have a bunch here. Some of them are MAC. And then they also have some foiled eyeshadows, which I really like. They're super cool. Like here, I'll show you. It's like all sparkly and stuff. It's really cool. Anyways, so we're gonna mostly use Makeup Geek eyeshadows today, but I mean, if you don't have Makeup Geek eyeshadows, then you can use really any eyeshadow you want. Like, it's your look, and you could just use similar shades if you have like a makeup palette or something like that with a bunch of eyeshadows. I'm sure you could find something that's somewhat similar. So the first shade that I always start off with is Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream, and this is your transition shade. So this is kind of, instead of going on with the dark color right away, you can start with a light color and then transition colors onto it, so it's not going to be so heavy on your lid. So I'm going to go in with a Morphe brush. This is just like a really big blending brush, so we can just blend this all over the eye. It's really close to my skin color, so you don't have to be like put it in a specific area or anything. It's just kind of all over the crease, really back and forth, the windshield wiper motion, swirling it around, blending it in. So it's super close to my skin color. As you can see, you can barely even see it on camera, but it's just a transition color. Next, we're going to go in with, what did I did this makeup look yesterday, so you might have seen it on my Instagram, but I'm going to go in with actually Peach Smoothie, and this is also by Makeup Geek. It's like kind of like an orangey, it's like, I guess it's like a peach. And we're just going to take that same brush and we're just going to put it in the crease there as well. Just kind of swirl it all over like we did with Beaches and Cream here. Just swirl it everywhere. And I don't know, I just wanted to darken up my transition color a bit. There we are. Let's blend that out a bit. Blending is key here, everybody. Blending is key. Alright, now we're going to go in with another shade. This is called Bake Sale by Makeup Geek. Yeah, like we're going to use all Makeup Geek eyeshadows, to be honest. I'm just going to take a different brush. One sec here. I use this thing and it just like cleans off my brushes if I need it to. So this is another Morphe brush. It's still a blending brush. It's a little smaller though, so we're going to go in with Bake Sale and we're just going to dab that on the brush. And we're just going to put that right in the crease here. Just right there. You can swirl it around and stuff, but mostly directly put it right in the crease. Not like, you want to be a little bit more specific where you want to put the product now. And I always kind of do a little tap so the excess comes off. So there's no fallout or anything like that. And then you want to take your other blending brush that you use to put your transition shade and just blend it all together. So there's no harsh lines or anything like that. That's the point, is no harsh lines. And then I'm going to go in with Tan Line. So it's like a little bit of a darker brown. It's kind of in the same shade range. This is Bake Sale that I put on, and this is Tan Lines that we're going to put on now. So they're really actually pretty close in color. This one's just a little bit darker, but we're going to get another brush to put that one on. And I mean, if you don't have a bunch of brushes, you can just use the same brush. Just make sure you wipe it off and stuff like that. So I'm going to take this brush right here. Looks like so. Dip into tan lines. And just put this in the crease, more directly in the crease. And not up in this area. Just keep it kind of this part and back. Okay. Swirl it all around. Put it on your outer V as well. Darken up your outer V, which is this part right here. This is your outer V, obviously. And then let's do that. So it's darkened up there. Do the other lid here. Put it in that V again. Remember to tap off. I feel like one eye is always easier than the other. Does anybody else feel like that? Like I guess because I'm right-handed, this eye feels a little easier because like my hand is right here, so I can just like, hey buddy. And then just blend it on the outer V there. Like so. I'm gonna need to darken this part up here. And I always do my foundation last and everything on my face last, because if this drops on your face while you have foundation on, it's like, are you serious, man? Like, are you serious? And then we're gonna take our first brush that we had for the transition color and blend it. Blending is your friend. Just blend them all. Just blend it. You don't need any more product on the brush. Just blend it. Like so. So it's kind of looks like it's all kind of blended together. And I think I need to darken this area here. So I'm just going to go in with that other brush and just darken it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now we're going to go in with the lid color. And I'm going to take one of those foiled eyeshadows I was talking about because they're like super sparkly and really cool. And you'll see when I put it on my lid here that it's like super nice. It's really sparkly. That usually if I'm wearing like an inner sparkle shade, that's what it is. So I think I'm going to go in with, what is this one here? Little guy. Starry-eyed. Grab it. So this is what it looks like. It's sparkly. And I'm just going to take a flat brush and dip into that. Knock off the excess and just pat it on your eye. Don't rub it, pat it. Or you can even use your finger. That's probably going to give you the best color payoff is with your finger, but I don't know. I like personally using a brush. So you're just going to dab it on your eye. And just keep it on the lid there. And you're just going to make it go as far as that inner or outer V goes. So we're just going to do. And then just smooth it out a bit. I'm just going to get closer to the camera because this is a little hard. Knocking everything down. Okay, so dip in again. Sometimes, I know you're not supposed to do this, but I pull my eyelid a little bit and just run it around there. Just keep it on the lid though. Keep it on the lid. Don't go into your crease or anything like that. Keep it on your lid. Alright, so there we go. Then we're taking that other brush and go back in with that tan lines again and just define that outer V again. because we don't want to lose that, and then also bring it back into the crease just to blend everything together. There's no harsh lines or anything like that, like so. And now we're going to do the other eye. Okay, so our eyeshadow is somewhat complete. We're going to start with the foundation and such. We'll work with the under eye after. So this is what it kind of looks like. Kind of just very simple. Very simple. I'm just kind of going to blend this out here. You don't want any like harsh lines. No harsh lines. So there we are. So I'm going to go in with my foundation now. I'm sorry for the squeaky chair. So I'm going to go in with my Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani. I'm in number 2. This is the lightest shade. And I know it looks like super dark, but it's not. It like matches my skin tone perfectly. So I usually just pump it on my finger like so. And then like put little spots depending how much coverage you need. I like kind of a medium coverage. Probably, yeah, I'm not a huge full coverage fan like I used to be. Like, I don't know, my face has gotten a lot better, so I'm not a huge fan of full coverage. Anyways, damn, this chair is annoying. So I'm gonna take my Damp Beauty Blender. This is a Real Techniques one. This is a beauty blender, so it's a little bit different, but I like the Real Techniques one. You can buy this at the drugstore for really cheap, actually, and it just has a flat side, so I like to use that and to just work the foundation in. Or you can use a brush, like whatever you prefer. Make sure you get the chin, like, working it down the chin here, because, you know, a lot of people have a stripe right here. And that's not cool, man. I mean, if you want that, but, I mean, who wants that? Anyways, so we're just gonna blend that in. If you need some more coverage, add some more foundation, or you can always use a concealer to conceal your blemishes after. So we'll just work this in just by pouncing, like so. You don't want to drag it, just pounce. And then I think I need some more coverage on my forehead because I still have some acne showing, and a little bit on my chin will do. And then the rest we'll put concealer on. So we'll just put that in. This is probably like my favorite foundation now. It's quite expensive. It's like, I believe it's like $68. But I mean, I got it 20% off on the sale that Sephora was having, and yeah, I'm really happy about that though, because I've wanted it for a while. But who can justify paying that much? Like, I can't. And then my worst part about doing is the middle of my brows. So I just take a little bit, I turn the sponge over and just go in because I don't really want to mess up my brows. But I work so hard on them. I'm gonna go in with the concealer. So right now, I've kind of been a huge fan of NARS Creamy Concealer. This is just the small shade. I mean, the small package. And I just like to put it on, it has a higher coverage, so I just like to put it on my blemishes that I want to cover up. And then for the under eye concealer, I use a different concealer that's not as heavy, that won't crease. And now for the under eye concealer, I like to go in with the Born This Way by Too Faced. It's a really, I'm in Very Fair, sorry, and in this NARS one, I'm in Vanilla. And I just take this and put this under my eye like so. I don't like to put it right under my eye because I don't want to get it into, I don't want it to crease in like my fine lines and or whatever is under my eye. So I do that, and then I take this and I just put it in. I use this corner so I can get up into the corner of my eye here, and then just bring it down like that and bring it over like so. Really, like, pounce it. Don't drag. Pouncing. Because, like, I mean, if you drag, you're gonna get wrinkles too, but if you pounce, it's gonna work more into the skin. And then you can kind of clean up your eyeshadow a bit. If it kind of went really far, like wonky, you can kind of clean it up a bit with the concealer, like so. And I will just do the other side now. Alright, so now that we got the concealer all blended out, we're going to go in with a translucent powder. This one is the RCMA, like I set my eyelids with. We're going to take our damp beauty blender, and we're going to just dip it in there, like so, with a lot of powder. And we're going to bake the face. And this is going to set your eyes so they won't crease or anything. So we're just going to put it under there. It's going to be a lot of powder, but it's going to bake into the face. And then I usually set my nose because it gets really oily. Like that. Alright, so now that I'm covered in powder. Okay, so I usually use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And it's like a medium coverage. But I kind of want something that is more going to stay on my face for the whole day. And so I picked up this MAC Pro Longwear Pressed Powder. The Sigma Flat Kabuki Brush F80. It's just like this. So I just take it like so. And I just press it into my skin like this. And you just want to do that everywhere. Just press it. No dragging because then it's going to rub off your foundation underneath. So just pressing. And this is supposed to be a higher coverage too. So, yay! The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish is like really good for like, it's natural. Like it's really natural, good for like natural days, but I'm kind of going for like a full glam. Like every day. So just now we're gonna take a tapered brush. This is a Morphe M438. We're just gonna dip into the powder and just rub off the excess powder under the eyes. So we're gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and we're gonna take this middle shade right here. And just my fan brush, we're just gonna dip in. And we're just gonna contour the cheeks. And then work up a little bit. Like so. Do our forehead as well. Just up on the hairline and then down like that. Up on the hairline and down. It's gonna do on the top of the forehead here like this, really close to the hairline. Like so. Also going to take that shade and just do a contour so we look skinny AF. Go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and Radiant Light. I'm going to take my MAC 135 brush, like so. You can also contour with this, but I like to bronze. So you just bronze all over, get that glow going on my face here, on these points here. Just everywhere we contoured is where we're going to put the bronzer. And then I like to run it down my neck a bit, just a little bit, not like heavy. Like I feel like I went heavy-handedly on my forehead. We're gonna clean that up a bit, don't worry. But we're gonna go in with the translucent powder again and our booty blender, and we're just gonna stick that in there, and we're gonna actually clean up our contour. So you're gonna take that and you're gonna drag it under. Like so. And the other one. And I mean, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want, like makeup, you can take off, you can redo. You can legit do whatever you want, like it's your face. And then I take a fluffy brush and I just take a powder, any powder really. I'm gonna use that Pro Longwear powder. We're just gonna sweep on the forehead, kind of. Make sure that it's not so dark and not so heavy-handed. And take that powder and clean that off. And then just run that down that neck so that contour right there isn't so heavy-handed. Now moving on to the blush. I take my Real Techniques brush. This is my favorite brush for blush. My favorite brush for blush. And then I'm just gonna, this is my favorite blush. It's by Becca. It's in Songbird. We're just gonna dip that in there. Tap it, tap. And I like to blend my blush into like my bronzer and my contour. Like this. And then on the other side. Some people like putting it on the apples of the cheek. I kind of like to stay away and kind of like start like here and back. And then if it looks a little crazy, you can always clean it up with your translucent powder, which I like doing. Like so. Alrighty, so now moving on to highlight. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. This is what it looks like. It's gorgeous. Now I'm taking this Morphe M501 brush, and it's just like this. I'm just putting it on the high points of your cheek. Like so. If you want that glow. Right, I'll be right back. I'll have my lines off, and I'm gonna go contour my nose too as well. I don't need to, but I actually did it yesterday and I really liked it. It's actually really easy. If you want a tutorial on that, I guess you can let me know, but it's not a huge deal. So I'll be right back. So I'm back. My nose is contoured. It looks a little smaller. I've actually been really liking that. I just kind of highlighted up here on my temples and down, and on my nose and on my cupid's bow. That's really all I did. So next, I guess, is eyelashes. You don't have to do this whatsoever. Like, it is totally optional. Eyelashes can be such a pain, so I totally understand. But if you want to learn how to, I guess I will show you today. So we're going to start with mascara, and this is just a MAC mascara. Anyway, so we're just going to add mascara. Just going to use any mascara because if you put falsies on, it really doesn't matter. So these are the Creme de la Creme. I think this is backwards, so. But they are in Sherwood Park. It's a lady who makes these or has this store, and yeah, she's super nice, and I bought a bunch from them. So these are the Starlust, and they look like so. I hold them with my tweezers here. Then I take the Creme de la Creme eyelash glue, but you can take any glue. Eyelash glue, sorry, not any glue. Don't put any super glue or anything on this. It has a little brush applicator that I'm just using to put the glue on. This stuff is actually really nice, this glue, because it dries really fast. Normally glues take like forever to dry, but this one's really nice, and it's latex free. So anyways, there we are, and then we're just gonna take them, and these ones are really easy. If you get some that have a thicker band, it's a little harder to put on. So you just look up in your mirror like this. My mirror is right behind me, and I'm just going to take them and then just place them on the eye like so. Find out where you want to put them. So there we are. There's the eyelash for you. I'm going to go off camera and do the other one, and then we'll be right back and we'll do the under eye. Yay! We're almost done. Hey guys, so the lashes are on. I just did a mascara on the bottom lash. Just want to keep it simple, everyday glam. So we got 2 more things that we have to do for this look to be complete. So number 1, lip, and number 2, set the brows, because we don't want them to go anywhere. So we're first going to set the brow. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. So we're just going to go in with it, and we're just going to coat them so that they stay in place all day. We don't want them to be moving. So now that we've done that, we're going to go in with our lip. So this is a Melted Matte by Too Faced. This is Child Star. And so it's a liquid lipstick. It's really nice, actually. So it kind of has like a Play-Doh scent, I guess. Maybe like a cake scent. Cake and Play-Doh. Top. And I mean, if you want to overline your lips, that is totally on you. I know like it's a big thing nowadays because of the Kylie Jenner or whatever. Alright, and there we are. So everything is done. We got our whole face done here. I'll be right back with the final look, and then we'll be good to go. Hi guys. Okay, so I'm back with the final and complete look. So the next step would be a setting spray, which I have a couple here. There's Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, which is amazing. Like, this stuff lasts all day. Like, your face will not move. Or there's Boscia White Charcoal Mattifying Makeup Setting Spray, which I use when I go to work. Usually when I get home, my face is really oily, so I really like this one. Or for a more natural look that just like kind of sets everything in place, makes it look more like skin, is the Max Fix Plus, which is really good too. So either of those will do. They all have different things that make them great. So if you guys want to see some more videos, please comment below. Tell me how I did. And if you have any questions or whatever, just leave them down below as well. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching.